Guys, welcome to another card making tutorial. So this is another card, no line watercoloring card tutorial, and this is kind of an extension of the video that I did last, where I shared with you all the tips and tricks of no line watercoloring. So I'm basically using another stamp from the same stamp set, which is Friends Forever, and I just wanted to show you how I colored this as well. So again, following the same concept of, coloring the shadows first, then keeping a reference point on your right or left so that, you can color using that reference point. And then adding light colors, drawing in between, blending the colors, etc. So all the concepts you will see me implementing the same steps, step by step here in this video as well. I just wanted to show you another image being colored using the same concept, and that is why I'm adding this video. And again, I am using the same colors which I used in my last video as well. So the colors that I'm using is brown, which is Craft Angles liquid watercolors. So all of them are Craft Angles liquid watercolors. So the brown that I'm using is Cafe Mocha. The blue that I'm using is a more of a dull blue, which is Ocean Breeze. So it's like Payne's Gray mixed with blue. So it's comparatively a more dull blue. And then the color for green I'm using is Evergreen, which is a more bright green. And in between, I'll also use some yellow from my other old colors that was lying around. So that yellow is Lemon Tart or Moroccan Spice, either from Craft Angles Liquid Watercolor. So basically, you can use either depending on your requirement. Moroccan Spice is more muted and Lemon Tart is more bright yellow. So it exactly follows the same process. If you have not seen the part one, please do so first. Link is in the description of the video. Have things which I wanted to talk about in terms of no line watercoloring, which I guess I missed out in my earlier video, was that first, make sure you use 100% cotton paper, guys. It's very important for watercoloring. Whenever you're doing, you can probably go away with using cheaper watercolors and, using probably not that great brushes. However, watercolor paper is a must. Make sure that you use at least 25% cotton paper, if not 100. I personally use 100% cotton paper only in any of my watercoloring videos, be it card making or actual watercoloring. I prefer using only 100% cotton papers. So again, whatever products that I'm talking about, the papers, the tools, etc., all the product link will be in the description of the video. The second thing that I wanted to tell you was that when you are blending colors, so when you have added your light colors and your dark colors, and when you are blending in between, it may sometimes happen that your colors end up flat because you blended a lot and everything became one color. So no issues in those cases. What you can do is go back with your dark colors and start adding shadows like how I'm doing over here. In this particular case, in certain leaves, what happened was that while I was blending, I probably blended it a lot. And then I went back with my dark color again and added those dark colors wherever I felt that the dark color was less or the shadow part was less in the coloring image. So definitely do that. Since you are using 100% cotton watercolor paper, you can definitely go back and do multiple layers of watercolors. So, think about it in terms of layering colors. You can definitely do that in watercolor also. Till the time you are making, you are blending the colors and making sure that your coloring is seamless. So that were the two tips that I wanted to add, apart from the ones I shared in my last video. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was this particular tool. Now, again, this is not sponsored in any way, but I really feel that if you have the right tools, your life becomes really easy, especially in any craft or art. So this is a Make Art Station by Wendy Vecchi. Now, I love it when I do my card making. So this has become like my staple whenever now I'm doing my card making videos, and that is because it keeps everything in place while I cut or color or do anything on top of it. So while I was coloring my image, you saw that the paper was kept in place, and that is because of this magnet and the magnetized back that you get as a part of this Wendy Vachi station. Now, these magnets are extremely strong. The plate, the metal backing is also great. It's not your typical whiteboard, magnetic board that you get in stationery. This definitely is great quality. So for me, it was worth investing. I was kind of on fence earlier, and I have already talked about this a lot in my previous videos. I'll not repeat the same thing again. But this was definitely a great investment. And if you are someone who does a lot of card making or a lot of coloring where you want to keep things in place while you are coloring or while you are stamping, then this is probably the tool for you to go for. Again, whatever products that I talk about, be it paper, watercolor, stamp set, etc., everything will be linked in the product description. Now, I'm done with the watercoloring, as you can see. And here I decided to, instead of using the same sentiment from the Friends Forever stamp set, I'm using the other stamp set by Craft Angles. This was also recently launched, and the stamp set or the stamps that I have selected to use in this particular card is "You Make Me So Happy." Again, the colors I have kept, as you would have seen, is pretty muted because I wanted to keep that option open for this card to be used for a male or a female. So again, I went with a neutral palette. So all the three no line cards that I have made using this stamp set, and while I'm also sharing the tips of no line watercolors with you all, I have made all those three pretty neutral tones, and all three of them follow the same watercolor palette and the colors that I spoke about. So here what I'm doing is basically again using Craft Angles Midnight Black cardstock as my base. So I really like this paper because it is 250 GSM, which is perfect thickness for my cards. And it's a very dark black paper. So that helps the coloring stand out even more, even though I have used comparatively muted colors. So that was a very simple card. And, I just added some foam tape and mounted it on top of that card. So that was my first no line watercolor. And the second card is again a small snippet that I'm repeating from my previous card, which we made. So this is where I shared various no line tips and tricks with you all. Again, the same concept, mounting the colored piece on top of a black cardstock just for some extra contrast. And the third one, what I have done is I have not added twine. Rather, I have added a piece of black cardstock just to balance out the colors in the image. And then I have added it on the top of a white note lid. And that completes all the three no line watercolor cards using the same stamp set. I hope you enjoyed all these two tutorials of no line watercoloring and it helped you probably if you are new watercolor beginner or if you're new to no line watercoloring. So I'll see you in my next tutorial. Till then, take care. Bye bye. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like, comment, and do consider subscribing. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.